Yes, that's also true. That whatsoever be the methodology of teaching or training is of course a very different matter. The students or the young generation, the modern children, are very unlikely to develop the required levels of flexibility or creative mindsetting or originality out of such interaction with teachers or other trainers, because there's a lot of individual freedom created by various messages through the media, the television, and especially nurtured in nuclear families where the single child is sort of highly protected and appreciated and even glamorized in the little environment of home. Such children always have a secret one-upness. As I mentioned in just before, it requires some kind of a difference in the levels of gravity. The water can flow only from an upper position to a lower position. Knowledge or insight or wisdom can flow only from an upper position to the lower position. The conventional guru-disciple equation is essential. In modern classrooms, there is an apparent appearance of a teacher standing in the dais and students sitting there and taking down notes. But the attitude, the state of mind of the child is that of a kind of an utter self-centeredness. They develop this learning only to pass the examination, to get the job, to enrich themselves. The exclusive focus is on that. There is no so-called respect. There is no sense of gratitude. There is no sense of looking up to the teacher, the guru. That perception of the guruness, that upperness is totally missing. So, even if a great teacher, a creative teacher, is transmitting the required configuration of concepts and perspectives, it is unlikely to work in a creative way, in a flexible way, in a Taoic or attuned way in the minds of the children, because their very mind itself is a tough box, an exclusive setting. That you can see in the so-called upper class schools. They are very impervious to any external influences. That's the kind of appearance they have. A chairman of a company just the other day, on this Republic Day, has been telling me that he goes to many top institutions in the country in connection with recruiting young engineers and other professionals. He said that he doesn't remember them with a smiling face. They don't smile. They look dull, zombies. That exactly is the external appearance of an inflexible mindset and intellect. Of course, there is no intellectual development though, which I have also experienced in training programs. Even big universities like Wharton and even Harvard and all that, they advertise their training programs, and in the campaigns you can see the variable, the concept of fun. Learning is fun. So there is an equation of fun, of oneness between the trainer and the trainees, because the trainees are increasingly incapable of accepting an authority. As I told you, this young generation is very much against authority also. They don't like the authority of the father and the mother. Because in a nuclear setting, they are all together. They are all one unit. Unlike in the conventional families, the father and the mother are respected. In Indian concept, they call Mata, Pita, Guru, Devo. The father and the mother and the teacher, the Guru, are considered equivalent to godliness. Of course, it is absolutely missing now. So, if there is a trainer who is very competent, the trainees, first of all, develop a defense. They are there. Who are you to train us, kind of a thing. This I have experienced in most of my training programs, in almost all my training programs. They are sitting there as if to challenge me. So, with whatever explanations of openness of the mind, to which they themselves agree, they are actually not open. They just does not tolerate an individual of greater knowledge and greater levels of understanding. So, increasingly I also stopped my training programs because they just don't like giving them information or concepts and ideologies which they cannot feel comfortable with. In other words, they are uncomfortable with people of research background and knowledge and experience. So altogether, it is an increasingly exclusive world. There are a lot of dialogues about inclusiveness, inclusion. It is very unlikely to happen. So altogether, there is the need of some other secret, subtle, critical turning point if the human societies or humanity or the current generation of the world are to experience the beauty and wonder of life, the beauty and wonder of work and relationships. It's very unlikely. Even the so-called trainees who happen to have come here in the Genius Service Institute, earlier it was called School for Creative Perspective. In those trainees, of course, of the modern generation, I have seen that diffidence, that closeness. As they evolve, they try to compete with me. They are all trying to declare a different establishment within themselves. Therefore, perhaps it is likely that the teachers of the modern schools and universities and institutes are internally aware, though they may not be very conscious about it, maybe due to the lack of, maybe they are not that much self-aware. I don't think so, I am not sure. They are also, at least apparently, they are not that so-called committed to giving whatever they can to develop the students, because they don't have any gratefulness, they don't have any gratitude. So they just do their work, they come and they teach and they go. That's all about it.